Hi everyone. If you like this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It's great for the channel and also it's completely free. Thank you. You've probably seen the news regarding General Kelly's comments, which you're probably also aware had been in the media through articles in previous years. The talk about suckers and losers in regard to our fallen heroes, if you can believe that Trump said that, and of course he did. And then now what he was saying about his admiration for Hitler and so on, where in the past it was showing up in articles, the written word, this time in an interview, so we have his voice. I wish that he would go on camera, and even better if he actually campaigned for Kamala, if he were really serious about what he's saying. But perhaps it's the most you can expect from a military person. Military people are often very reluctant to do this kind of thing unless it's absolutely necessary. But of course, if he's doing it, you can probably bet that he thinks it's absolutely necessary. The thing is, are there astrological explanations? Yes. First of all, most notably, it's happening in the period that I had talked about a while back, that spans from the middle of the month toward near the end of this month, which I called an important turning point in the election. And because the key player in that is transiting Mars, and it's suspicious in an accurate way, so to speak, that the moon is going through there yesterday and today, so it triggers it, and that's when this happened. Now, one thing is that this aspect doesn't end until at least the weekend, and so there may be more, or there may be more connected to this particular John Kelly statement. When I say more, perhaps other figures, or even an entirely different topic. The Orange Menace is vulnerable to these kinds of blows right now. And so definitely we could see more. The explanation for Kelly in terms of the chart-to-chart comparison, his own chart. He's on Saturn-Uranus transits right now. The Saturn is the sense of responsibility that he feels, therefore he's speaking up. The Uranus is helping him break free of those army fetters to speak his mind and say what is true. Uranus is an excellent planet for getting around self-imposed or otherwise imposed limitations. And of course, you can see in their chart-to-chart comparison that the hit is toward Trump's planets. Like, for example, Kelly's Mercury is where Uranus is now. Mercury is how you communicate and you say things, and that Mercury is square Trump's Mars, so it's a perfect fit. But really, Trump will see it as an attack, but really it's just revealing what was already there. And if you're wondering, why is it a military person, a military topic? It's because it's Mars. Mars is the perfect fit for military matters, military people. But more importantly, we know that in Kelly's chart, his own Mars is directly challenging Trump's sun and moon. That's the explanation for the kind of thing that can happen between them. But the most important thing to consider on the astrological level is that Trump is in a Mars cycle right now, continues to be for at least the rest of the week, and therefore this topic could continue, or similarly related topics, meaning, for example, other military figures, which becomes quite threatening if that happens. So now, question is, will this move the needle? That's a more complicated question, because if you look at our elections all throughout the 20th century, 2000, 04, 08, 12, 16, 20, excepting Barack Obama's relative landslide in 08, they were all very close. Definitely 2000, 2004 was really close. Even Obama's victory over Romney in 12 was a pretty tight election, not a big margin. And then Trump's was razor thin. He claims that it was a great victory. It was not. It was a total fluke. And then in 20, Biden did get a lot more votes, millions and millions, somewhere between 7 and 8, I believe. But the Electoral College margin was super tight, and Trump could have won with a shift of only about 25,000 votes. Although, of course, that would need a whole lot of luck, which he didn't have and he doesn't have. But nevertheless, by the numbers, very, very tight. This goes to the bigger picture that we're in a zone during this era, literally, where the echoes of the Civil War reverberate, and so we have to expect a lot of division, and elections are close, plain and simple. So then, you look at an event like this, does it move the needle? My suspicion is yes, but not likely in a way that you're going to be all that conscious of before the election, unless perhaps a week from now, 10 days from now, we see some pre-election polls that convince us to believe this. But what difference does it make? We all have to vote. You know, people have been saying this on the channel, that regardless of the astrology, regardless of everything, vote, vote, vote. Of course, that's the whole point. Just vote and get in there. But bottom line, if you're looking for one, it's still what I was saying in yesterday's video, namely, come what may, her chart, Kamala Harris's chart, is far superior to his in terms of the timing. So, come what may, relax, because she is going to win this election.